Hi guys, it's me, Castle, kind of future Castle. Had some technical difficulties, but I mean, that's okay. In this video, I do a Halloween type jack-o'-lantern-y kind of makeup look, and if you really like what you see, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications. Let's get on with the video. So for my base, I use the Maybelline 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I squirt it on my hand, and then I dab it all on my face practically, and then I'm going to take my e.l.f. triangular buffing brush and I'll just buff that in once it's spread all around my face. So now that I look about as pale as this guy, I'm going to take my ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer and I'm just going to put it on the highlights of my face, on my under eye, little bit of swooping action right there. It kind of gives me a lift. Put it on my forehead, little stripey motions, and on my chin and any problem areas. So now that I'm even more pale, I'm going to take my contour stick and contour my nose. I'm going to put a little line on each side and then put a little line on top right where my nose makes a little indent. So once I've blended all of that out, I'm now going to set my face with the Maybelline Loose Fit Me Powder in the shade 05. So now that I've set my face, I'm going to take my Hoola by Benefit bronzer and I'm going to just define my cheekbones and my nose and forehead with some bronzer. So now that I have gone in with my bronzer, I'm going to take my completely obliterated blush. I'm just going to put a little bit on because I'm actually going to do a little special something to my cheeks for this look. So the main color that I'm going to be using all throughout this look is the shade 518 in the James Charles palette. It's a very bright orangey color, but I'm going to take this little angled brush and I'm just going to dab it in that orange, and I'm going to start swiping it gently across my cheeks and my nose. I want to get as much orange in this look as possible. So we're definitely going to be looking a good bit crazy before we finish the look, but it will all work out in the end. So now that I'm looking like a fresh pumpkin, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to be using the NYX eyebrow pencil and the ColourPop Boss Brow Gel. Okay, not gonna lie, for these eyebrows I did use a little bit of a darker brown eyeshadow because I kind of wanted to have darker eyebrows because I feel like it would suit the look more. So once I have done my eyebrows, I'm going to take the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the shade Eden, and I'm just going to swipe it over my lid to make sure my eyeshadow is locked in place. Once I blend it out, I take my Loose Fit Me powder and I set that eye. Again, I'm going to take the shade 518, the bright orange, and I'm just going to pack it in my crease and kind of blend it up towards my eyebrow, and I can just layer it until I get the amount of pigment that I want. So once I've blended out the brighter orange shade, I'm going to take the shade Code James, which is kind of a more burnt orange, so it's kind of a mix between brown and orange, and I'm just putting that in my crease to give me a little bit more depth. So once I've blended that out, I'm just going to take the same shade and go a little bit underneath my eye to kind of smoke it out more. So now that I've done that, I'm going to take my primer again and I'm just going to map out a little bit of a cut crease and blend that out a little bit. So now that I have blended out that primer, I'm going to take the shade So Good, which is a nice goldy shimmer color, and pack that into my half cut crease. So now that I've blended out that kind of shimmer shade, I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. So now that I've finished the eyeshadow on both eyes, I'm going to take the NYX That's the Point eyeliner and I'm going to do a little two-wing look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the middle of my eyeball. I'm going to make a little tiny line just right there, and then I'm going to extend it to the different parts of my eye. So now that I have made it to the edge of my eyeball, I'm going to start connecting it to my inner corner. So the first line I'm going to make is going to be an extension of my lower waterline kind of thing. It's just going to follow that and it's going to go up. And then the second wing is going to follow this part and it's going to go down. So like I said, the first wing is just an extension of the lower waterline. And so for the second one, I'm just going to make a slight line that kind of follows the downward part of right there. So as you can see, I'm just looking down at my mirror and I'm kind of just mapping it out very lightly and just making a little triangle shape. So there we go, we have a little two-wing eyeliner look, and now I'm just going to do this on this eye. Okay, so now that my eyeliner is done, I'm going to take a little bit of Duo lash glue. I'm going to put it on my knuckle, and I'm just going to put a little bit on of this eyelash glue on each of my eyelashes. So once I kind of evenly put a strip of glue on the band of my eyelash, I just set it down gently. And this is when I curl my eyelashes and put a little bit of mascara on while I'm letting the glue get tacky. Okay, so now that I have my mascara on, I'm just going to roll this out a little bit so it doesn't lift on the inner and outer corners of my eye. I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm going to gently place it on my eye and make sure I let it sit and dry. So now that I have this eyelash on, I'm going to now put the other eyelash on my other eye. So now that I've finished both eyelashes, I'm going to take my black lipstick and I'm just going to put it on my lips. I'm just lining my lips and gently putting it all around. So this is the final look, a nice little jack-o'-lantern Halloween-y vibe to it. If you like what you saw, make sure to like this video and subscribe to see more. Also turn on post notifications so you can know every time I post. My TikTok is Caroline Castle 28 and my Instagram is Castle Does Makeup. Thank you so much, be safe and wear a mask. Bye!